Assalamualaikum. For our mini project, we would like to present about desalination of seawater. First of all, let me introduce you about our group member. First, me myself, Ahmad Kardawi bin Abdul Halid, Wan Nazrin, Rashidi bin Rasif, Hairi Zakaria, Nuhadi Shukran, Khairul Amir, and last one, Muhammad Firdaus bin Ali.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Rashidi bin Rasif and I'm going to talk about the process overview of the desalination process. In general, desalination process is an effective method for separation of salt, which is NaCl, and water, which is H2O, because it can be separated by vaporizing some of the water from the salt solution and then condense the water vapor in a cooler surface. As we know, by boiling it, it will leave behind almost anything that is mixed in it. After the water evaporates, there will be all dry salt residues. The vaporization or evaporating of water molecule can be accelerated by heating the salt water to its boiling point or reducing the vapor pressure of the salt solution. Depending on the plant design in industry, the pure water, which is H2O, that is produced from the seawater normally has salt concentration of 5 to 50 ppm. Between 25% to 65% of the feed water will be recovered by most of the distillation process. Distillation process uses the physical property of a given substances or the components of the mixture, such as the boiling point, in order to separate them from one another. On that point, both components of the mixture will be separated completely. If not, to get the most pure water or 100% concentration of water, the recycle process should be added in the distillation or desalination process. Thank you.
My name is Khairul Amir. I would like to explain the process of desalination of seawater, which is use a double effect of evaporator in plant is used to remove water of seawater. As shown in process flow diagram, there are several process unit that were used in this marine project, such as evaporator 1, evaporator 2, as well as splitter. The raw material used is, as mentioned before, which is the NaCl and H2O and NaCl and H2O. Refer to the process flow diagram. Initially, the certain amount of seawater required to the depends on the availability of the instrument. So when the seawater go through the evaporator 1, it will boil, and based on theory, after being boiled or heated up, some of the aqueous solution will be vaporized and they will separated to the somewhere and become a fresh water, and but some will not. In this case, they are a pure water will be removed out as a product, while the residue from the evaporator 1 will go to the evaporator 2, which after exiting the evaporator 1 will go to the residue from the evaporator 1 will go to evaporator 2 to undergo the same process, and the end of the end product of the evaporator 2 will go to the splitter, which is the half of the solution will go to the waste and the other half will recycle back to reduce the cost of the operation. So this process undergoes continuously until the desired amount of product achieved.
At the mixing point, the feed stream is mixing with the recycle, and the feed stream is 3666.15 kg per hour. And then the another stream is feeded in evaporator 2. The feed stream is 927.52 kg per hour.
At evaporator 2, H2O is evaporated from the system. The amount is 902.26 kg per hour, and another stream is fed into splitter with amount of 2526 kg per hour, with a fraction of 0.95 kg NaCl per kilogram total, and mole fraction for water is 0.05 kg of H2O per kilogram total. And after that, half of the amount is recycled, which is 1263 kg per hour, and another half is moved to the output stream, and the amount is same with the recycled stream, and the mass fraction is also same with the stream that fed into splitter, which is the mass fraction is 0.95 NaCl and 0.05 H2O.
Okay, today I want to present about the factor that enhance the production. I want to tell you about the equipment design. First, early the times we use the vacuum desalination to fulfill the desalination. This process use the concept where the process is carried out in the condition where the surrounding pressure is less than atomic pressure. For increasing production rate, we use the reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis use the semi-permeable membrane in water purification process to remove the impurities particle to obtain fresh water. After that, next process will be electrolysis and electrolysis reverse driven by the direct current. This process suitable when it use the separate water with low total dissolved solid. The other of modification is forward osmosis. Forward osmosis is the relative new commercial resulting process, which the osmotic pressure is the driving force through the synthetic membrane. That's all for me. Thank you.
So, my name is Wan Nazrin. So, I'm going to discuss about the cost of the desalination process. As we know, the cost of desalination process is quite hard compared to the alternative energy. So, for example, the intake of underground water and the river water for the water supply the cost is lower compared to the desalination. So, the cost of desalination of seawater are generally higher than the alternative, but the alternative does not always available. So, what can we do to reduce the cost is the usage of brine in special modified desalination process. In this process, low pressure pump are used to pipe the concentrated seawater into the desalination unit. Instead of electron carrying the current, the current is carried by the ion. So the electricity needed is small for the desalination process, thus reducing the cost. So, another ways to reduce the cost of desalination process is by using a nuclear power desalination process. Why nuclear? Okay, nuclear plant is known to produce electricity, so there will be heat, waste heat from the process can be used in the desalination process of thermal distillation. So in this case, we can reduce the cost and reduce the cost of desalination while not wasting the heat waste from the nuclear plant. That's all.
Articles will explain about the advantage and disadvantage of the desalination process. The first advantage of this process is reverse osmosis is understanding. It is a reliable process and designed to allow for high quality water that is acceptable for drinking. The second advantage that we can get from this process is no water crisis. No more water crisis. It can bring an end to water shortage crisis and also bring an end to problems due to drought. Then, for the disadvantages of the desalination process, the first one is the cost. This process is extremely costly. Furthermore, one desalination plant requires high amount of energy just to fully operate. The second disadvantages of this process is greenhouse gas emission. This process produces high amount of greenhouse gas emission. Then the process of removing salt from salt water could be very harmful to the environment. It gives negatively impact to the air that we breathe. Okay, thank you.